Who's your emergency contact? Who should we notify in case of death? Welcome to the USP, where I spent the last 2+ decades of my life. The anniversary of my friend, Cub Nut Paul Alma, the anniversary of his death, 1 year anniversary is coming up this month in a few days. Then we buried him around the 8th or the 9th of September. Then he died. A few days before that. I went to jail last August for 30 days, from August 1st to August 30th. So when I came home, I was able to do a little recording of him. If you guys want to go look it up, check it out. But he has deteriorated so much for just that 30 days that I was in. And I was really disappointed that I didn't get to be out here for them 30 days. But I got a chance to speak with him. By that time he was on his deathbed, and not a week later, I was driving. Me and my wife, was in the car. I get a call from my buddy Widget, which is a good friend of mine. He's the ones that pulled up at the house, 2 o'clock in the morning on my first day home. I was like, man, what you need, man, I got you. So we're driving, my phone rings. My wife answers the phone, she puts it on speaker, and it's Widget's voice, like, hey man, have you heard yet? I was like, no, what's up? What happened? He said, Compton just passed. I'm not very familiar with this type of emotions. You know what I mean? Because you don't allow yourself to dwell on those things or even think about those things. You pour a little liquor out for the homie and keep pushing, you know what I mean? So, I don't know if I'm sentimental or not sentimental, but in my own way, it doesn't mean that I don't cherish the memories or that I don't miss them. It's just I don't want to dwell on it, you know? So, what brought this to mind today was on Sunday we had a day one Utah Appreciation Day where we all put little potluck, everybody cook a little something, and we go down there to Teresa's house, which is Sampule, the homie C. Looney, that passed away from COVID the year before I came home. That's Teresa's his sister, and C. Looney, Sampule, he's the founder of Day One Utah. Day One Utah was his vision. And that's what makes, our Day One so special. I don't mean to get off topic, but it's not. It's all the same story, man. So, Des and Solo, Widget, Mike, and a few others, you know, Spider, Unk, Swerve, Rock, but Des and Solo and Widget, they put it together to, carry on the memory of Sampule to see his vision come alive, right? And I was invited to their first event, and I was able to speak, and I've been rocking with them ever since because these individuals is about the work. So we have a member in our group, Rock Sue. That's C-Nut, Cub's oldest brother. He just got done doing 32, 35 years. And he was introduced to us through Cub. Cub was like, hey man, these guys, I like what they're doing. And say if something happened to me, man, make sure you help them out, be part of it. So at the dinner, at the gathering that we had, we were all bringing up memories and stuff, and I didn't say anything about any of that, but a few others brought them up, and I think this was Sampule's vision, and this is what Compton wanted to be a part of. Alma. So that being said, man, I want to take this time. I might be retelling a little bit here and there, but I just want to take this time to tell a story of when I first met him, and how our relationship was throughout the last 25 years. So if you're still with me right now, man, I hope you stay tuned for this whole episode. This is in memory of Palm. I didn't meet him until I was fighting my case this time around in '98. And when they transferred us from Old Metro to the new jail, ADC, I was put in the same unit with him, and we lived together for maybe about a month until they started moving everybody around. But I knew the name before I met the person. When he was in the DT, he got certified as an adult. But when I was in the juvie, him and a few of his friends beat up the guards, the staff, took the keys, and tried to escape. So this dude got priors, right, with trying to get out of the facilities from a young age, at 12 years old, right? All his older brothers, they went to prison doing 25, between 25 and 35 years, and some are still, and I think maybe one is still in, and a nephew, and they come from that life. He emulated his older brothers. He's from Park Village, Compton, Crip, but he was the type of dude that wanted to surpass everybody else, right? So, I thought C-Nut, stood for coconut or crazy nut or something. I didn't know that they called him Cub until I came home and heard his older brothers speaking about him, But so you can say, needless to say, he was a crazy motherfucker, right? But one of the goodest people you're ever going to meet. I know we can't live in a state of contradiction or as an oxymoron to be a terror and a good person, but sometimes definitions of certain words don't really apply, man. Because in my experience with this individual, if he's your friend, he's your friend. He's going to give the shirt off his back to you. He's going to ride with you. He's one of them dudes where you can call at 3 o'clock in the morning. Say, hey, man, you need to dig up a hole. No questions asked. So, through the course of our time in ADC, after we got split up, we all went to our different pods, but they had a unit designated supermax, max, supermax, and super duper max, right? So when we're in population, eventually, every few months, we find ourselves in a max unit. It's kind of like the shoe, but there's different levels to it. And so we lived in this. Then there's a super max, but in the max, they used to let 6 sales come out at a time, right? But every time we came out, because when you lock down 24/7, come out 3 times a week, a lot of people get brave in themselves, right? So sometimes, for whatever reason, they just want to get on that door and start talking shit or being disrespectful and all that shit. I mean, it's understandable that being in that cell makes you crazy. But these people think they're safe because you're never gonna come out, or supposedly you never come out with the same people. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Because you got whatever, or with anybody. You know. So sometimes that lends people a little heart, right? So when we first went to Supermax, they let 6 sales out at a time, and they'll just come and they don't ask you who you want to wreck with or anything like that. They just pop doors or whatever. Or sometimes they mix it up. But depending on, sometimes the CEOs want to be funny, right? I don't know, but it's just 6 sales at a time in no particular order, right? So, but every time the doors ring, the doors slide open, and they have it, and in the unit, the wreck cage is inside the unit. You just go out through this door, and it's all concrete wall with a fucking screen on top of you, right? That's your freaking wreck, and it's maybe like 20 by 20 or 15 by 15 more likely, and that's your wreck, man. So, but we always go out because we go out there, look through the little freaking netted gate, whatever, and try to get some sunlight in our face. You know what I mean? Some vitamin D. So, but every time they let the sales out, the deuces go off. Somebody's getting mopped up. You know. So before they didn't have a super duper max. This is just right now we're in max. Okay, so let me take it back. I know I misspoke a little earlier. So in max, this is what's happening. So they created a super max to put us over there. But even when you're over there, you're only doing 30, 40, 60 days, whatever they're giving you, right? And then you go back out to population. And during my time in ADC, as long as I was in population, was a month. You know, I stayed a month, punish somebody, go to the shoot for 60 days, come back out, maybe 2 weeks, go back in, maybe a week, and then finally they're like, man, fuck you, you ain't coming back out. Right? And not even that, we're gonna create another super duper max for you, right? So yeah, I was in there when CEO was talking shit, cause we locked down. They got the keys, and there's a horseshoe in the pod. And CEO was talking shit to Cub, running his mouth. I don't remember what the fuck they were arguing about or whatever, right? So and Cub's like, yeah, all right, bitch. When I catch you, I'm gonna show you. Okay, yeah, and the cop. I'm just making shit up right now. But to the effect that he says, yeah, whatever. Like you're locked behind the door. You can't get me. You know what I mean? So for some reason, don't know why, because they had the horseshoe right there. Then they got the tower, and they can control your cells from the tower, or they can control your cell from the horseshoe. The CEO in the block can open or close the door, and the dudes from the tower can open and close your door. Well, later on that night, a few hours later, I'm in the cell, I'm drawing, whatever. I hear a door open. When the door opens, we look, because, that means they're bringing somebody in or taking somebody out. And we look, we don't see nobody at the front door where they usually bring people in. And we don't see the CEO, because, before you come out, they got to fucking come over and put shackles and handcuffs and shit on you. But we don't see no CEO. And everybody's like, Cub, your door's open. As soon as they said that, he came out, the CEO and the horseshoe, the one that was talking shit, eyes got like this big. And walked right over towards the fucking horseshoe, and that CEO got. He jumped down the stairs and started running. And Cena's chasing him. We Cena catch up to him, Cena hit him. Bing! This motherfucker fall, bounce off the floor, gets back up, and he's running again, right? Cena hits him again. Bing! Drops him again. He does the same shit. But by this time, all the CEOs are coming. They gaffle him up, take him to another block, whatever. Right? So he goes on his way, I go on mine. I go get in some shit, which I'll take you guys through. But today's Bahama story. So we find our way back into the Supermax, right? So we're there. This time we were there for a long time too, right? This one. And we got bored, man. No. Let me back it up. That's when we were never coming back out. Yeah, so let me back it up. So before then, I get into another unit. He's in a different unit, and this is like a couple months later, or whatever. And I get into with the police. So they take me to supermax. Take me to supermax. They strip me out. Throw me in a cold cell. No one, no sheets, no blankets, no pillows, no shoes. Just my dun-da-duns, right? In a cold ass cell for 7 days. So they put me in there for 7 days. Now this whole time that I'm in there, I'm cold as shit. I can't lay on the floor. It's too cold because it's concrete. Can't lay on the bunk because it's steel. I was in there doing push-ups and shit until I was exhausted. And then as soon as I fucking, lay down, I get shocked awake again because fucking shit's so cold, right? So, but this whole time, Cena and his black dude down the hall, they've been talking shit back and forth to each other. Cena's Park Village Compton Crip, and his black dude, he's not blood, but he's like, I'm Pyru affiliated. Woo, woo, woo. That's what I rock with, and he don't gangbang. But anyway, so they're going back and forth, boom, boom, and then once you go back and forth like that, you start getting your feelings and shit, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna fuck your ass up. I'm gonna get to your bitch ass, this and that. And dude's like, yeah, how? You're like, yo, I'm stuck in this cell just like you, man. Like, whatever, right? So, on the 7th day, they come pull me out for a shower, right? So, when the CO comes, and the CO that comes is the one that I just got into it with the week before. So he comes over there, and he's like, hey, man, we're going to let you out for your hour, but I'm going to call control and see if you're on full restraints. So he calls control, comes back, like, oh, no, you're on full restraints. Look, I wish I was on full restraint. That was another 8 years that I taxed on to my time. So, but he's like, no, you're on full restraints. So I'm going to let you out for your hour in the shower. So I bet. They open the door. I jump in the shower, boom. After I shower, I go grab the cleaning supplies because today I get a blanket. And I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time over that motherfucker, right? So I go up to my cell, and I take the next 20 minutes, cleaning up my cell. And after I was done, I'm going to go do, like 20, 30 minutes out of rec, try and get some sun. So when I come down, Cena's like, hey, come here. So I go ask him, what's up? He said, hey, man, grab the keys. I said, grab the keys? I said, for what? Man, grab the keys and go get this motherfucker over here. I'm like, man, I get a blanket today, man. I get a blanket today. I'm cool. I'm gonna give me some sunshine, man. Man, I was like, nah, man, peace, right? So I go out the wreck and get my little, 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes sunshine in. And the CO, after that, CO comes in. He's like, hey, 5 minutes, right? Let me know I got 5 minutes before you can wrap me back in my cell. So when I come back in, I was like, actually, I got 5 minutes, man. I'm gonna be spending a lot of time in that cell. So I'm gonna grab some books to read, right? So the cell is like a diamond, a rectangle, a triangle, right? So you have your rec coming in front, and then if you're walking into the rec, to the right, it's a staircase and my homeboy cell, Getty Bloomfield. So I walk over there to his cell. Say, hey, Getty, you got some books? He goes, yeah, I gotta get some books. What you need? I said, man, shit, give me a few of them, man. I'm gonna be stuck in that cell for a minute. So he goes, all right. So he's put the books together for me. I popped the tray because back then they didn't have a lock on our tray slot, so you can just fucking pull it up, pull the tray slot open. So I pop it open, boom, and he's passing me these books. And while he's passing me the books, I hear the guard, hey, get the fuck away from the door. The fuck are you doing? I'm like, damn, what the fuck? Then I hear keys coming. I'm like, what's he doing? So he's coming, he's behind you. So now I'm like, man, this bitch motherfucker here. So I got these books. So here, man, I give the books back to the homie. I close his tray slot. I said, you guys want the keys? He's like, hell yeah. I said, all right. So I see him because it's like this. You know, it's a window, so I can see the reflection coming. Because, you know, all of our doors over there in ADC is all not glass, but the fiberglass shit, right? So you can see the reflection behind you. And I see him coming up, you know, like, you know, he's about to throw a motherfucking, you know, a body slam or something. So he's coming up, and I see him. As soon as I think he got close enough, I turn around and I try to backhand him, which of course I missed because he wasn't close enough. So he pulled his head back, but when he pulled his head back, he tried to swing on me. So when he tried to swing on me, I just slipped it, and I grabbed him by the sleeve because they had the short shirt on. I grabbed him by the sleeve, and I pulled him down, and I just hooked him. Bop. And you know, time seems to stop, right? Because in slow motion, he flies up. His ass is right here, you know, like around like my chest area, and his leg is like doing the splits, and then he just flops. Boom. I was like, it didn't move. I'm like, oh, right? So, just in full disclosure, I've never knocked anybody out with one hit before that incident, and I've yet to knock anybody out with one hit after that incident. So that being said, I think this motherfucker was playing possum. But at the time, we just say I knocked him out, right? So boom, he hits the floor. Bam. I was like, damn, fuck. I know I'm hit, right? I mean, fuck, right? Oh man, listen, that's 8 fucking years. Whew. This shit's giving me PTSD, right? So yeah, dude's unconscious, bam. Keys falls out. You know, it's there. And I'm like, oh shit, damn it. You know? So what? Then it's banging on the window. Bang, bang, bang. The whole unit's banging on the window. Ah. And here's shit. Grab the key, cuz. Grab the key, cuz. Grab the key, cuz. Ah, fuck. I'm like, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, right? I grab the key. I fast walk over to his door, and it's a rack of keys, but they're all the same size. They're all like house key size, right? But there's a rack of them, so I'm going through them, and finally, I pop the door for nut. Nut comes out. You know, I said in one of my videos that I was like, yeah, he's like 6'2" or 6'1", and then somebody's like, nah, he's only 5'11", whatever. But his personality was a giant. You know, he comes out and he's yoked up. He's been out. He just came back from the state right now, and he was never out for more than 6 months. You know, so he's already yoked up. He just came back from the state, and he comes out there, and we're mobbing to this dude's cell that's down the tier. He lives in the corner, so we're mobbing down there, and see this like, hey, give me the key, and I go to give him the key, but I ain't got the key in my hand. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? I was like, what? I said, oh damn, I think I left it in the slot, right? So it's like, all right, folks. So when you see that turn around, I don't know what we thought, how much time we thought we had or whatever, because in that supermax area, like I said, there's a horseshoe, then there's a tower. You know, in the tower they already seen everything, and they've already hit the deuces. So that goes back to go get the keys. I see him running in. Here they come, like 30 of them. Boom. They come and they cut me off. They cut me off from the door that I was trying to get to. Cena's back there trying to get the keys. So the COs surround me. Like, get down on the ground, get down on the ground. Like, man, fuck you. Shit, I'm already in trouble. You're gonna beat my fucking ass crazy, right? But like, nah. So I'm not getting down. And they all pull out their base. So by this time, though, they're already a little afraid of us because of all the stuff that we were doing leading up to here. That I'll share with you another time. So, back then we were, I lack for a better word, we didn't give a fuck, right? Like me, I'm thinking I'm never coming out of prison anyway. You know, this is before I got sentenced. And I still had a bunch of that was just on my Fed case they had me for the robbery at the time, for bank robbery at the time. But I had like 12 other cases in the state that they were trying to give me a life sentence on, right? So in my mind, man, my life out here in the outside world is pretty much over with, and I gotta survive wherever I'm going. So if it takes to be crazy to survive it, then fuck it, whatever it takes, right? Because I wasn't a victim out here. I did damn if I become a victim in the pen. You know what I mean? So whatever, fuck it, right? More like suicidal. Hoping I'm too scared to kill myself, so I hope somebody else do it for me. You know what I mean? That type of mentality, right? So I'm surrounded by the COs, and they start pulling out their mace. I'm like, man, don't fucking mace me. And they're like, shh, shh. Say, bitch, don't fucking mace. Shh. You know? I'm like, man, but they don't want to come. They don't. I got my glasses on, so it protects my eye. So whatever mist comes out or whatever, they're gonna feel it too. Because they ain't got no shield or nothing on. They just ran it. But I got this to block the direct hit, right? So it's just it's starting to be a little bit difficult to cough, but it ain't nothing that I can still see. That's all that matters. So I'm still on a stand up. I'm not going down. Fuck them, right? So they're trying to mace me, and then I see them all back up a little bit, and I look, and here comes Cena. Say, hey man, stop fucking macing my homeboy. And they all put their mace down. Like, all right, all right. I'm like, bitch, I've been trying to tell you that for the last 2 minutes, But they're scared nut. You know what I mean? That's why I thought he'd say like for like coconut or crazy nut, whatever, like a nut case, right? Because he act like one. So he's like, all right. He's like, stop fucking me, my homeboy. Like, all right. Like, man. So he looks at me. He looks down at me. He's like, man. He's like, what's up, homie? I say, what's up? I say, what we trying to do? I say, shit. I look over. There's all the COs in front of me. I look over, and the dude's still sleeping. I'm like, damn. So I tell her, I was like, look. I was like, let's see if this motherfucker wake up, right? If he don't wake up, then it's whatever. But if he wakes up, just go lock in, right? So, like about maybe a minute later. But, that minute in that time is a long, long time. If anybody's ever been in a scuffle or in a situation where, your life is on the line or, risk of seriously bodily injury, time seems to freeze, man. I don't remember any of the like feelings or anything like that because it's just been so long, and at the time I'm just like, I don't know, mindset, like I don't give a fuck, so you don't need to piss my pants now, you know what I mean? But I'm just like everybody else, man. You feel your heart racing, and you're not scared, you committed already, but that heart don't that heart is pumping, you know what I mean? And it's giving you that adrenaline, and you just like, you ready, right? Do or die, right? Like, you know you can't win, you ain't no way out of this, but you're resigned to it. So whatever comes, you accept it in your mind. At that state, it's different. That's why I allow people to do some very horrible things. You know, in that moment, when you're committed, when you're 100% committed, you're free of consciousness, you're free of consequences, you're free of rewards. Because none of that shit matters if you're dead, right? So your focus is stay alive. So finally, the dude gets up, and when he gets up, he goes over to the horseshoe and picks up the phone. I can't hear it, but I'm assuming he's calling for backup because he ain't gonna go be over there calling his mom, right? Hey, mom, I think I got a headache. Hey, fuck it, fuck him. You know what I mean? Thought he was tough. Talk that shit. He got me 8 years crying in court with my sentencing. You know, fuck him. So anyway, so Nut looks at me. I'm like, yeah, man. I was like, just go back in. He's like, you sure? I said, yeah, just go back in. So he goes, when he racks in the cell. So I'm surrounded by these COs. There's 30 of them, you know, maybe more. They've been piling in. And but there's a sergeant, Sergeant Tonga. I've had prior dealings with him in my other incident, and I cooperated with him as far as like letting them restrain me and all that stuff. And I know him to be, a good dude, man. Not some bullshit one of these COs that want to fucking, do all this extra shit. Like my dealings with him, he was always straight up, man. I lost some things to my property. I asked him, I was like, man, the people ran through my shit, and this is missing. He went and got it for me. When they take on one of my incidents, they took my glasses, trying to punish me. I can't see. He went and got it back for me. So much respect to him, man. So he's there, Sergeant Tonga, and as I look, he's like, hey, Mason, or they call me Riff. He's like, man, you gotta get down, man. As I look, I'm gonna get down. I don't want nobody touching me but you. I'll let you cuff me up. He goes, yeah. He's like, all right. I was like, nah, I got your word on that. He's like, yeah, man, I'm gonna cuff you up. Ain't nobody else gonna touch you. I got you. So I turned around, went down on my knees, put my hand behind my back, and let him cuff me up. And to his word, man, nobody touched me. He escorted me and put me back in the cell. So while I'm in the cell, I'm cuffed up. I got sandals on. I ain't got no shoes on, whatever, sandals. I'm cuffed up in a chair. And here comes his other sergeant, Robinson. Now, in Old Metro, we call what is called an elevator ride, because in the elevator, it's the only place that doesn't have any cameras throughout the whole jail. So when you catch an elevator ride, the CO's in there beating the shit out of you, right? But they make sure not to hit your face. They just bruise you up, where people's not going to see it. And this dude Robinson was known for that in Old Metro, right? So I'm sitting there in the chair, door opens, and here comes Robinson. I recognize him, and I'm like, oh, here goes my elevator ride, right? So he comes over, and he steps on my feet. I got sandals on, or I might not even have shoes, but I don't have flip-flops. So he's stepping on my feet, and he's grinding his heel into my foot. That he sticks his finger and is looking for my, I don't know what this is called, but you hit right here, cut off your breathing. So he's got his finger and he's digging into it, right? And he's talking shit. Now, you piece of shit motherfucker, Don't you know that man has family? That man has people that care about him, unlike fucking piece of shit motherfuckers like you, so on and so forth. That wasn't for verbatim, but that was pretty close. So he's digging into my throat, and he's grinding his heel into my toes, and I'm cuffed up. He's like, you got something to say? You got something to say? I was like, yeah. If you're trying to get that point, you got to move about an inch higher, right? So he gets mad. He takes his finger off. I'm just waiting for him to slap me. He's a big old freaking white dude, right? I'm just waiting for him to hit me, stomp on me, whatever. I'm cuffed up. I can't do nothing, you know. But he didn't do anything, man. You know. So to his credit, I know he wanted to. I know he wanted to punch the fucking my face to a pulp. You know, I don't begrudge people trying to get some get back or anything like that. But he didn't do it. But that was the extent of what he did. He walked out. He just, before he left, he's like, yeah, we call the police. They'll be here to arrest you in a little bit, right? And that's when, after like 20, 30 minutes later, two uniformed COs from the streets came, raided my rights, and they charged me for assault. So now I get taken back to the super duper max, right? When I get there, they put me downstairs, and lo and behold, they got Cub upstairs, right? They moved him too. I don't know why they continue to move us in the same pod, dumb motherfuckers, right? But anyway, so he's there because the max that we're in, which is super max. Now we're in super duper max. Now super duper max, you cannot come out of your cell without having shackles and belly chain, and two officers in the block, right? So that's super duper max. So now we're in there, and it's what it is, man. We just stuck in that motherfucking cell. We work out, whatever, calling it through the door. They had a TV in there. We watched football. We watched basketball. Man, we were in that motherfucker for a long time before I caught the plane to the prison. Sheesh. So we're in there, rotting away, right? Come out 3 times a week for an hour at a time for a rec and shower. But now they put you in a rec cage with shackles on and a belly chain, and you're by yourself, right? So while we're there, you get bored, man. You get bored, and so something was going on with one CO and the inmate, and they were arguing back and forth or whatever, and the CO did something that we thought was foul, because they got COs working there that are a bunch of little bitches, but you also have those ones that are cool and respectful, but the little bitches is always the one getting everybody caught up, man, because they think they're tough. So we're like, man, fuck you. So everybody's on the door like, man, fuck you. Like, oh yeah, what the fuck you guys gonna do? I mean, pretty much he's right. Like, what the fuck we're gonna do? We stuck in a fucking cell, alright? So whatever, they come and they extract dude out of the cell and whatever, take him to wherever they're taking him. So fucking C-Nut calls out the door. It's like, what's up? I said, what's up? I said, man, we try to do. I said, man, what the fuck can we do? What's up? You want to break the sprinklers? I was like, what? He's like, you want to break the sprinklers? I like, break the sprinklers? He was, yeah, let's break the sprinklers. And then people got out the door like, yeah, let's break the sprinklers. And everybody out the whole unit, yeah, fuck them. Let's break the sprinklers. So I guess we're breaking the fucking sprinklers, right? So I go get a fucking garbage bag. We set it up. When the orderlies come in, pass for lunch, we're like, hey, man, you got a garbage bag? This and that, to put our legal work in and stuff. So they come in, they give us a garbage bag, give us cleaning supplies and stuff. I put all my legal papers in one of the garbage bags, put it under the bunk, not on the floor, but you got the bunk base, so put it under the top bunk, on the first bunk. Put my bed on top of the bumper, on top of the top bunk, because the bunk base got holes in it, so it's gonna leak down. So that's gonna be where I'm gonna go sit my ass down, right? So I climb up on the toilet, hook a string to the sprinkler. Everybody in the unit, they're like, yeah, we ready? You guys ready? And we did a little countdown, 3, 2, 1. Everybody pulled the string. Nothing but black shit. Like, I guess it's the stuff they put in the water to keep it from freezing or whatever. And my dumb ass, I'm thinking it's just gonna be water, so I'm standing at the door while I pull it, so I could be cool. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck is that? And look, it's all black shit, right? Like, oh, motherfucker. So I took my ass down to the fucking on the top bunk. I mean, on the bottom bunk, and sat under the bed. So, boom, floor flooded. That shit goes on for like 15 minutes before they fucking cut it off. And so you got about 2 inches of water in your sail, right? So before we pop, but we all had our doors blocked so the water doesn't go out. I mean, it seep out a little bit, but it's not going out like a big ass flow. So while the sprinkler's going, we got whatever paper that we didn't need, and that shit is loud, huh, babe? And we're ripping up piece of papers and stuff, right? It's kind of loud over there to do construction. My bad. So they're ripping up a bunch of piece of paper. We rip up a bunch of piece of paper and put it all by our door, so that when we open the towel, push the water out, the papers will go through and clog the drain. Like there's a method to this madness, right? We ain't just doing it just to do it. So we all always open our towel at the same time, and I'm on the bottom floor, so all our floor just goes in, and it's coming. On the second tier, it's like a waterfall. It's coming. All them dudes, everybody had like 2-3 inches of water in their cell. So, CO's mad or whatever. Like, so they go call the orderlies to come and clean the place up. So the orderly, they got 2 or 3 orderlies that come in. The orderlies are the ones that are doing time in the penitentiary. I mean, doing time in the county jail right now. Like anything less than a year. They're the one that help pass out the food, do the laundry, and all that shit. So they come in, and they're, with their squeegee and all that stuff, cleaning up the floor. So I knock on the window, and I call for one of them. I say, homie, come here. I say, what's up? I say, hey, man, this ain't for you. This is for the COs. Get the fuck out of here. This is for them to clean up. Oh, man, I'm just doing my job, man. I said, all right, whatever. Fuck you. I didn't say fuck you. I said, just whatever, So he walks off, and I give him about like 5-10 minutes. So I call him back to the window. He comes back. I say, what's up? I say, hey, man, I need some cleaning supply to clean up my cell. So, all right, we got you. So while he's going back, I got a milk carton full of piss that, that 5 minutes I was letting him walk around, I was pissing in a motherfucking milk carton. So when he comes back, he pops my trace lock. Like I said, there's no lock on the trace lock. They can just pull the lever and pop it open. So he pops it open, gives me the cleaning supply, and I got my milk carton by the door. So when I'm done grabbing the cleaning supply, stick my hand out, and I splash him with my piss all in his face, right? Oh, what the fuck, man? Man, it's fucked up. What the fuck, man? Yeah, fuck you. Now I say fuck you. I didn't say fuck you before because, I didn't want him to think I was mad at him. But now I say fuck you. Say, hey, man, get the fuck out of the fucking unit. So the other two see what happened. They didn't want to get pissed on because they got to give us cleaning supplies. And they were like, fuck that. So they all left the fucking unit. And the COs had to come and clean the unit up. Right? So that first time, they didn't do nothing to us. But they didn't let us clean our cell. Because our cell is all gooey with black shit and everything. So we had to fucking rip our towels and use our boxers and t-shirts and shit to fucking clean the cell. I mean, if you want to live in a clean cell, right? But they didn't let us come out of our cell for like 2 or 3 weeks. So, a few more weeks go by, and for whatever other reason, we're like, fuck it, they ain't doing nothing to us. But this time we got smart. I got like 3 or 4 garbage bags, right? I got a garbage bag to wrap up my blanket. I got a garbage bag to wrap up my legal work. I got a garbage bag to wrap up my fucking little fucking like shampoos and this. Fuck that. I'm sealing everything up, right? And we do it again. We all fucking, the whole unit, we hook it up, break our sprinklers again, right? And this time, they don't send the orderlies ain't coming. So here they come. But this time when they come, they're in their turtle suits, the helmet, You know, the fucking football gear, the shield, and all that. And they're going door to door extracting us. But they're not just going in there, popping the door open and coming to get you. They come to the door and they're like, hey, Hank, cuff up. And if you're like, nah, fuck you, I ain't cuffing up. Like, all right, cuff up. Like, nah, I ain't cuffing up. Or if you're silent, all right, it's your last and third warning, your third and last warning. Cuff up. If you don't cuff up, they bring in the fucking mace and spray the cell. And you smoked out, you coughing, that shit's in your eye, that shit's on your nose, that shit's on your nuts. Boom. And they tell you again, cuff up. You know, they go through the same routine. This is your third and final warning. They come hit you again. This shit turns the whole fucking cell orange. Okay? And it eats the paint off the cell. So just imagine what that shit's doing to you, to your lungs, right? But they don't escape from it. The whole unit gets fucked up. They're coughing their ass off too. They just ain't got directly in their eyes and their nose and shit, right? So by the time they do that, depending on who you are, they'll pop the door open, they'll ram in there with the fucking shell, and you're trying to swim through them or trying to fight them off or whatever. You can't win. They hog tie you, drag you out. But see, like, I've been through it already before. You know what I mean? So before they come, I got my whole freaking cell shampooed, right? I got the string. I'm tying the door to my bunk. I'm making it where they can't just pop it open and have a free for all coming at me, right? So I got my shit all rigged up. Then I got like a spider web from my bunk to the stool, back to the door. You know, I'm with it, and I'm in the back. I'm in the back. You know, I'm hoping maybe one of them come in, they trip over, and I can start swimming over them, whatever. But they hit me with that canister. I'm coughing up my lungs. My nose is burning. I'm blinking my eyes, trying to get that shit out of my eyes. I didn't hear a second warning or third warning or nothing. I hear the canister hit me again, and I hear the door boom, and my head's in the toilet. You know what I mean? I'm getting tossed up. I didn't have a chance. Rolled me over on my belly, bent my leg up, put shackles on there, bent my arm up, handcuffed me, dragged me out. And as big as C-Nut is, he couldn't fare any better. You know, because by the time they come in the cell, man, you can't breathe, you can't see, you can't do nothing no more. You fucked up. Now, there's only one dude that's ever gotten out of that cell, and his name was J.P. Deli. Now, he was my homeboy, but he's on a fucking case out there in the state on some sex shit right now, and yeah, we don't function like that. But at the time, he was in that cell block. He had put his mattress, when they tried to spray him, he had put the mattress and deflected the fucking thing. And he had his door tied up and all the rest of it and everything. And they're trying to fucking hook his mattress and pulling the mattress through the freaking tray slot. You know, he was making it difficult for them. But when they finally decided to go in, they popped the door open and they ran in on him. He was the only one that was able to fucking maneuver, fight, swim his way out of the cell and got into the day room. Yeah. But it's too bad that he's what he is right now. But anyway, so yeah, we got fucked up, right? So they handcuff us all through the rails in the block while they come take all of our shit. Now they're taking all of our shit, right? Then they fucking bring us back in, strip us out, put us in our underwear, and now we're on fucking just in the cell, no sandal shoes, nothing but your underwear for a 7-day rotation, just like I did, you know, before. and then you got to work your way to get like clothes, socks, sheets, blankets, and all the rest of it, right? So they're dragging us, and we finally get our stuff after a week, and then some more stuff after a couple weeks, and then after the third week, we kind of healed up a little bit, and one of the homies, somebody's like, "Hey, what's up, man? Y'all ready?" Like, give us a couple more weeks, right? Give us a couple more weeks. We still bumped up. We still lumped up, man. So eventually we all healed out. We're all feeling good. We're all working out again, talking shit. And we're like, fuck it. Let's go. And we break the sprinklers again. Like, we were just doing it for rec. It's just like, all of us was going to prison. We didn't give a fuck. And it was the only way we come out of our cell, if we could make it out of our cell without shackles and belly chain. But yeah, it was just for rec, and it was just like, fuck it, let's see if we can make it out of the cell. Especially after fucking JP made it out of the cell, right? But I never made it out of the cell. It didn't get any better for me. They kept fucking me up. But now, C-Nut, now this, after a couple times, they hit him with a spray. But C-Nut, he got the matches at the door too now. Everybody's got their matches at the door. I too, but I still didn't. I did it too, but it didn't work for me. It never did. But anyway, so now, they scared to go and see nothing if he ain't fucking subdued. So they bring out the fucking gun. They start shooting them with them beanbags. But them motherfuckers, they bounce ricochet off the walls of your bunk and shit until it finds a soft spot to land, right? And you can hear, oh, right? And then when they went out here by that, he resists. Because even though the other time it was just Mace, even he can't see, he's not, he's still trying to fight. But hey, when he go in there this time, he already turned around and ready to go. Right? So I can't remember how many times we did that. We did that like maybe 4 to 5 times, right? Before we all left. So in this last time, after they were taking all of our shit and leaving us in our cell with nothing, one of the homie, Charles Freeman, wrote a motion to the judge that we were being denied access to our legal work and this and that. For those of us that are fighting our cases and stuff. So after the second time they put us in our cell in our underwear, they couldn't come take any of our stuff anymore. So after that, we just made sure we bag our shit up and we go again. And they couldn't come in. They didn't even come in and get us. On 2 occasions when we broke the sprinklers, they just left us in our cells and we just cleaned it up. But on this last occasion, like I said, maybe 5 times. I think it's probably 5 times. The sergeant that was working, they were just kind of like fed up with us, right? So when we did our thing, broke our sprinklers and all the rest, they come in. Now, when they pull us in, they're fucking leaving us on the second rail. They got us handcuffed to the rail all around the unit, and they're leaving us out there all day, right? And so when they finally came, and they didn't go and clean our cells and nothing, they just left our cell where it was. They went in there, ripped up our shit. They couldn't take it, so they threw it on the floor. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't take it, right? I guess that's what they're gonna say. So as we're coming back, I want to say his name was Chava, where he was from Cuba out here. He's like a paisa. So from one of the gangs out of here, North Salt Lake. And when he was coming back, he was talking shit to the COs, and he spit on one of them. So when he spit on him, hey, they picked him up, dipped him head first into the ground. Boom! Right? Dragged him out. So after all of us got put back in our cell at the end of, you got to be in your cell like 10 o'clock or whatever for the whole jail, 9 or 10 o'clock. He comes back later that night. We see him come in. He goes in and he lays down or whatever. So in the morning, he comes to my cell and he's like, they broke my jaw. Oh, they broke his jaw. When they dipped him, they broke his jaw. But he was down though, but they fucked him up. And after that, we stopped. You know, it was just like, it was just escalating. And now we got a casualty on our side because on the other side, we can't win, man. We can't beat them. They got all the tools, right? And the manpower. And it is for us, it's only one at a time. So we did the rest of our time in there, and everybody slowly started leaving to go to prison. And I went to court. Me and Cena went to. We started going to court for the assault. You know, because I got indicted. The state dropped the charges, but the feds picked it up and charged me for assault on a federal officer. So they take me and Cena to court, and it's extra cars like marshals. You know, usually you have a van and an escort, right? This time you got a van and like 2 or 3 escorts, you know? So I don't know what's going on. I know we just going to court, but I'm just saying when me and Cena went to court, we noticed all the extra security. So we go down in the basement of the courthouse and goes into the building. When you come in, you're in a hallway and you're waiting for their security to buzz the door open. So while we're in the hallway, you know, Cena, that's why I thought he was like 6'1", 6'2", because there's the fire alarm, and you know, somebody say he was only 5'11". Well, this motherfucker headbutts the fire alarm and sets off the fire alarm in the fucking Marshall building. And here comes all these CEOs. They're coming there. They're armed over there. They ain't like in jail that we're not armed. They're armed. We're not inside the building yet. You know, they're armed. So here they come. I mean, they're armed, taking your ass to court. You know what I mean? And here they come. And fucking, what the fuck's going on? And Cena's laughing, right? And he's like, you motherfucker. And Cena's like, man, fuck you. And spits in the marshal's face. Right? They come, they gaffle him up, they take us, and they put us all in a fucking holding cage or whatever. And everybody's going to court. So it's our turn. They come get me and Cena to go to court. But, you know, this time, you know, the marshal's like, yeah, I'm going to charge you for assault on an officer. She's like, man, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. Right? Yeah. We see what happens when I charge your ass on assault on an officer, motherfucker. You know, for spitting on him. Anyway, so they come pull us out for court. We go into they take us to the elevator, and we go in there. We go in first. We go in there, and they make you face the wall. So we face the wall. Then I feel the fucking other people getting on the elevator. You know, I look to the side, and there's bodies, marshals, still coming in, packing into the elevator, until there was no room. Everybody was fucking pressed up against each other. I'm like, what the fuck? So they open the door when we get to our floor, and they escort us into the courtroom, and there's literally fucking 20 marshals in the courtroom standing behind us. Right? And my lawyer's like, oh shit, what the fuck? He goes, man, that's for you? I said, no, it ain't for me. It's for that dude over there. Like, come. He's like, oh. I was like, yeah, it's for him, it ain't for me, right? So we go to court, they read us the indictment or whatever. They take us back. And a couple of weeks later, my lawyer came with me with a plea agreement. He told me that if I plead guilty to assault on a federal officer, that they'll drop the attempted escape, aiding, abetting, because I took the keys, and they'll drop attempted escape, aiding, abetting on Cena, and that I would get, you know, 9 to 14 months. I'm like, shit, 9 to 14 months? Fuck it. Let me sign the deal. So I signed the deal. They dropped the case off of Cena. But when I went to court, I didn't get 9 to 14 months. They gave me 96 months. And fucked me. But, you know, C-Nut left first. He went to Florence. He wrote me a couple times. He was over there for like maybe 2 months before me. He's like, yeah, man, we waiting for you, man. We're over here in Florence, USP. So they come and get me. They ship me off to Florence. I mean, not to Florence, but they ship me off to Oklahoma City as a transit center. So when I'm going through there, when you're doing the intake, they ask you, hey, you know where you're going? I say, yeah, I'm going to Florence. They ask you for your name and number and then where you're going, and you tell them, and they check it off, like, all right, process you. So when I left there a few days later, on my way to prison, they come out and they ask you again before you leave Oklahoma, hey, what's your name and number? You know where you're going? I say, yeah, I'm going to Florence. And they look like, no, you're not going to Florence. I said, what? Because you're going to Lompoc. I said, what the hell is that? Because that's out in California. Because all my homies was over there in Florence. So that's how I ended up in Lompoc. So what happened is that USP, the BOP, put a separate tease on me and C-Nut. Me and him can never be on the same yard together. So the whole time I did my time, I never got a chance to see him or run into him. And during those times, he's been home a few times. But by the time I get his phone number, he's already back in. He was never on the street for more than 6 months. And I'm not calling home, checking on people. It's just when I call home sometimes, somebody tell me, hey, man, Cub's out, C-Nut's out. Like, oh, guy's number? Yup, right here. And by the time I call, he's already back in. Right? So I think he's been out like 2 or 3 times before I came home. And I know that he's going to be in and out. So I was hoping that maybe we get a chance to kick it, not thinking that we would ever. But I was fortunate enough that I was able to when I came home. I came home about 6 months before him. Then he came home, and yeah, we got to kick it for a minute, man. I never got to kick it with him in the streets. Like, our relationship started when he was in jail, because as a juvie, he was always locked up, and we're always off, in and out at the same time. Like I said, I never met him before then, but his name out here in the valley, rings a bell. Everybody know who C-Nut is from Park Village, Compton, Crip. And, I don't know too much about the afterlife or if there's one, but I hope he's in a better place, man. Miss you, Cub. Welcome to the USP.